All right. I'm looking at tonight's homework. It's on page 476, number 7. And remember what the steps were? First, draw the picture. They already have a picture for us, but I'm going to try and make this a little bit better. From the eye of an observer to the top of a cliff is 125 meters from the surface of the water, or something like that. So in the picture, that's this length right here, 125 meters. The angle of depression of two sailboats, both due west of the observer, that's that way. Here's the observer. Both due west of the observer are 16 degrees and 23 degrees. Now, angle of depression is the opposite of what we were using to measure the clock tower. If this person is looking straight across, the angle of depression is how far down it is. So here is about 16 degrees. And here's sailboat number 1 right here. This is 16 degrees. Then there's another one down here. This whole angle right here is 23 degrees. Here's the water. So we need to calculate the distance between the two sailboats. So what we have is a very realistic problem here. This is how you measure the distance between two things from afar when you can't necessarily see both of them, or when you can't get a distance between the two of them. Using some kind of range finder, perhaps you could find the distance from you up here on the cliff to this boat, or you up on the cliff to this boat. But in order to find the distance between the two boats, you got to use some mathematical techniques. So we drew a picture. Our calculators are in degrees. What do I have? I have some triangles, and I have some angles. What I need to figure out is, how do I use that information to figure out what else I can do? I know that this is a 90-degree angle right here. So if this is 23, then this angle right here must be 90 minus 23, which, check me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's 67. Using that angle right there, and the fact that I have this side, let's see, I need to find this distance, I think.
What is that under the 16?
Under the 16? That's a 67. Let me write that better. This angle right here, 67 degrees. Is that better? Probably not much. Okay, what do I have? I have an angle. I'll call it theta. I have a side of the triangle. This side right here, it's not the hypotenuse, because this is the right angle down here. It's not the hypotenuse, and it's not the opposite, so it must be the adjacent. So the length of the adjacent side is 125. What do I need? I don't know what that letter was supposed to be. What do I need? Which side do I need? Hypotenuse is this right here. That doesn't tell me the distance. I need this right here. Thank you very much, Adam. That is the opposite side. So which of the three trigonometric functions relates opposite and adjacent to the angle? Tangent. So here's my equation. I'm going to set it up like this. The tangent of theta equals opposite over adjacent. I know the angle. I know the adjacent. I'm trying to find opposite. When we plug those in, I know that the tangent of 67 equals opposite divided by 125. On my handy-dandy calculator, I can see that the tangent of 67 is 1.6523. I'm not even going to write it down yet. and I'm going to multiply it by 125 to get opposite by itself. So this distance right here, according to my calculations, opposite equals 206.5. And that's this distance right here. So how do I find the other stuff? Same process. What else can I find? What else can I figure out about this triangle? Do I need the hypotenuse of anything?
What did you say the tangent of 67 was?
Got a calculator?
Yeah.
I do tangent, 67, enter, 1.6523.
I got 2.3. I'm doing 2.3.
Same.
Remember what step 1 was? Make sure that your calculator's in degrees.
Yeah, it's in degrees.
Guess what I didn't do?
You didn't put in degrees.
Thank you for catching that. Immortalized on film for all time. All right, let's put that in degrees. Good catch. That's why you show your work, because if yours is in radians and my answer is different from yours, I can probably track that down. Tangent 67, 2.3559. Yes. Yep. All right. Sorry. That times 125 gives me 295.5 feet. And then, since I want to move on to something else now, I leave the rest for your homework. You use the same technique with this other angle, which by the way is 90 minus 16, to find this distance, and then you use subtraction to find that. And I leave that as your homework problem.